McDonald's pledges to phase out plastic in Happy Meal toys, a new app treats spider phobias and other stories you missed. PBS NewsHour's 5 Stories serves up the most interesting stories from around the world that you may have missed. On this week's episode, McDonald's Happy Meals are getting a little happier by going green. On Tuesday, the company announced they will drastically cut its use of plastic by the end of 2025. One way they'll do that is by replacing the 1 billion children's toys it sells each year with cardboard or recycled or plant-based plastics. Toys from McDonald's kids' meals sit on a shelf at 5280's Totally Awesome shop in Denver, Colorado. McDonald's said Tuesday that it will replace the toys in Happy Meals with cardboard or recycled or plant-based plastics. Photo by Anya Semenoff, The Denver Post. Getty Images. The move will help to cut the company's use of virgin fossil fuel-based plastic for Happy Meals by 90%. The switch is already underway in some countries, like France, where kids can choose between a green toy or a book. By 2025, McDonald's also hopes to source 100% of guest packaging from renewable, recycled or certified sources and to recycle all the packaging guests use in its restaurants.
Imagine showcasing a bug collection at your state fair and suddenly triggering a federal investigation. Well, according to the Washington Post, that's what happened to one boy at a Kansas state fair earlier this month. Among his specimens, a rare and dangerous insect known as the spotted lanternfly. Spotted lanternflies are an invasive species from China and are thought to have first snuck into the U.S. in 2014 via Pennsylvania. The hitchhiking pests are known to feed on at least 70 tree and crop species, including grapes, apples, and hops, and have been spotted in New York, Maryland, New Jersey, and Virginia. They haven't made it further west than southern Indiana until now. An adult spotted lanternfly photographed in Pennsylvania on July 2018. Photo courtesy USDARS/Stephen Osmus. So why are spotted lanternflies considered dangerous? The problem lies in their feces, which promotes a fungal growth called sooty mold that blocks sunlight from reaching the leaves, ultimately killing the plant. That could spell trouble for agriculture and logging industries in infestation areas. If you ever see spotted lanternflies, experts say to kill them right away and to double bag any egg masses before tossing them in the trash. The Piripcara tribe in Brazil has barely had any contact with the outside world. They live in isolation on their ancestral lands in central Brazil. Only 2 male members of the tribe have ever had brief encounters with anyone outside their own community before disappearing back into the Amazon forest. Earlier this month, Brazil's Indigenous Affairs Agency renewed a protection order for the tribe's nearly 600,000 acres of ancestral lands, but only for 6 months. Indigenous rights advocates had been pushing for a 3-year expansion of the order, which has been in place since 2008. Like other Amazonian tribes, Piripcara members live off the land, but Brazil doesn't officially recognize tribal land ownership. And that means they must continuously resist encroaching poachers, farmers, and miners. Those threats have increased since the 2018 election of President Jair Bolsonaro. So while the 6-month order offers the tribe some relief, it's not stopping Bolsonaro from backing legislation that would open up tribal reservations for commercial mining and crop plantations. When you gotta go, you gotta go. It's true for humans and for cows. And just like us, cows can apparently be potty trained. In a recent study, German and New Zealand researchers showed calves can be trained to use the toilet, or the mooloo, as they called it. By collecting and treating cow urine, the researchers explain in their current biology study, farmers could reduce greenhouse gas emissions. According to The Guardian, when ammonia in cow urine soaks into the soil, microbes convert it into nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas. And nitrous oxide has nearly 300 times the global warming potential of carbon dioxide. Calves that urinated in the mooloo got a treat like a sweet drink or mashed barley as a reward. Image from video courtesy Dirksen et al. 2021. To potty train the young cows, the team used a system built on reward and mild punishment. If a calf urinated in the moulou, it got a treat like a sweet drink or mashed barley. If it went anywhere else, it received a quick 3-second shower. Within a few weeks, the research team successfully trained 11 out of 16 calves. The others, they thought, just needed more time. Nitrous oxide emissions from human activities, including cattle farming, have increased 30% in the past 4 decades. And that's no laughing matter. Fear of spiders is a pretty common phobia that, in severe cases, can really disrupt someone's life. Think avoiding outdoor gatherings or excessively checking rooms for signs of arachnids. But since exposure therapy, where a patient interacts directly with their fear, isn't a feasible option for many, a group of University of Basel researchers wondered if patients could seek treatment using an app they created, the phobias app, which uses augmented reality as a substitute for exposure therapy, letting participants interact with a spider virtually to slowly overcome their fear. In the small study of about 60 participants, those who did 6 sessions with the app had a reduced fear of spiders and were able to get closer to a real-life specimen than those who didn't use it all.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe